So it's been a day since I've done a trading post, and we need to get on this. So I've got two trades that I'm going to share with you, one that's good and one not so good. We're going to talk about the not so good one first because this is one that I got in November 14th and didn't get out until January of 2025, last week. So let's get in it. Let's analyze it. One good trade, one crappy trade, but both made money. And as you know, before we get into this, got to put up the legal warning. As you know, I am not a financial advisor, and by no means should you be doing exactly what I do. It's up to you to decide what you need to do, and the stock market is rough, and you can lose money. So be aware of that. Okay, so we're going to get into two trades. First one is NVIDIA, which I got into in November, and then, yes, I got out last week. January 2025. And the one after that was DJT, Donald J. Trump Media. Did actually awesome on that. That was a perfect trade. So why should you be watching these bad trades that I do? Why should you be watching the good trades that I do? To learn the lessons that I learned doing bad stuff, so you don't do bad stuff. That's why I'm doing this. So that's why I want to share this with you. So we're going to jump into NVIDIA. So let's turn that back on so you can actually see that. I like NVIDIA because it is a strong security, and you should only trade in strong securities. Penny stocks are not worth it. You can lose everything very quickly, and they never turn around. So I like stocks that do have the potential of turning around. I will tell you, though, everything has the potential of going to zero. Everything has the potential of going to zero. So, but stick with the better odds. So here's NVIDIA. So this was on November the 14th, and it was climbing, and it got to a point where it stopped and had a high base. And one of the nice things about a high base is as it consolidates there, it builds up that energy and then can just take off. So I saw that. I was like, okay, this is good. I'm going to wait for this to pop. And when it pops, I'm going to jump in. I'm going to grab that movement. And that's one of the nice things about NVIDIA. NVIDIA has a history of doing that. A lot of stocks do. But anyway, so that's why I held out here. So the day, whoops, get this moving forward. There we go. So day started out pretty good. This is actually before the market opened. You could see that pop, which was the day change from the 13th to the 14th, and it really jumped. So we had some really good potential. I like to look at stocks in the morning and seeing a little bit of a jump before opening from the day before, because I like to watch for the drop and then the climb again. And so that's what we're watching for in NVIDIA. And so here we go, 925. This was right before the market opened. You can see this pop. It's going up. So that is everybody getting ready to take some profits. All right. So boom, the market up and up 930, and look at that drop. It just dropped. And that is exactly what I'm looking for. I want that drop because that is all the institutions taking profit. They've run it up and then they got out and it dropped. So then I wait. You can see 945. We waited. We are still well below the 9 EMA. That's the yellow line. That's pretty much the only thing I trade on is the 9 EMA. So it dropped down. I wait for it to start to go back up. And you can see it's really kind of starting to hit its bottom. Never, ever, ever, ever try to predict the bottom. Never try to predict the top. We'll talk about that again in a moment. So never try to predict the bottom. So here we go. Boom, 955. It took off. Absolutely took off. We have this huge pop above the 9 EMA. Some people will see that and just jump in. Don't. You got to be patient. You have got to be patient because you know what? It may come right back down. Be patient. You want to make sure that when it goes up, it's going to continue up. You got to wait for confirmation. So it kept going up. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I missed it. I'll look at some other things, but I'll keep an eye on this. And I thought maybe I might have missed it. And we're well above the 9 EMA. It's really kind of taking off, but you can see at the top, got a little bit of red. So that's a plus. And sure enough, it came back down, came right back down to that EMA, and it tested it, and it held above it. And that's a plus, because if it holds that EMA, the odds are it's not going to go any further down. As a matter of fact, it closed twice under the EMA, and then boom, it went up and actually tested. You can see it tested it basically 2 more times, almost 3 more times. So it was doing the same type of thing. We're getting that high base. That's all those ones on the top. You can see that strong resistance at the top. So what I'm waiting for is that break. Once it breaks that, then boom, I'm going to go ahead and get in and get my 1%. All I need, that's all I want is 1%. And sure enough, boom, we got a really strong break. I was able to get in pretty decently, 148.32. My goal was only 149.80. Awesome, 1%. And if you look at the move before, I mean, it was well over a 1% move, almost a 2% move. So, yeah, easy. Should be a pretty easy day getting this one. However, look at the entire day. Didn't even go halfway, didn't even get half a percentage above where I got in, and it went down the rest of the day and did not recover. I'm okay taking a drawdown. I'm not okay taking a loss. A drawdown is where your account goes, you're holding securities and your account balance goes down, but you don't sell. You take a sell. When you sell, that's when you take a loss. And I'm not going to take a loss. It's NVIDIA, and I know NVIDIA is going to turn around at some point. So, day 2, it went down even further. Look at that. It went down to 141.98. Man, went down again. Day 3, down again. My God. But you know what? Look at that. We got a little bit of a doji there. That could be a bottom. Fingers crossed. I'm not going to hold our breath. You know, potentially it might go back up. Sure enough, boom, day 4. Look at that. Came right back up. Okay, cool. So we've got a good potential. This is going to, boom, it's going to absolutely take off. So pretty excited. Good trade. It just I got in a little bit sooner than I should have. I can take that. All right. Day 5, it dipped down a little bit, but tested that EMA. It's still closed above the EMA, so that is a plus. We are good. Day 6, boom, went all the way back up to my entry point. So we are good. We just want to get that 1%. And then the market opened. Boom. Look at that. That was almost 3%. That was at 9:30. Okay. It was moving extremely fast. I should have just taken my profit and gotten out 3%. I should have just gotten out, right? Boom, take profit, get your 1%. Could have been 3%. But nope, I waited. I got a signal that said, hey, dumbass, you need to get out because I'm going back down. I don't care what you say. I'm going back down. But you know what? I'm like, that EMA is above my 1%, and it didn't go all the way down. I think I'll be okay. I was not okay. This was day 6. It was not okay. It dropped back down to my entry. The rest of the day, it was down. The next day, it was down even further. Day 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I think 23 was actually the low point. 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay. 27 days later, the month, we're still holding on. It's NVIDIA. At some point, it's going to come back up. Oh, another doji at the top. So that tells me it's going to go right back down. It went down a little bit, but you know what? Maybe we're okay. Day 30, down test of 9 EMA. I'm watching this every morning, by the way. But when it doesn't do anything during the day, I'm just I turn it off. I just can't watch. I can't watch it. Day 31, we're still down. Day 32, crap, we're going all the way back down again. Absolutely incredible. Going all the way back down again. Day 33, well, maybe we're not too bad. Day 34, we are in January at this point, and boom, look at that jump. Okay, I'm feeling better about my trade. I'm feeling a lot better. Day 35, January 6th, that's last week. And during the morning, it was riding my entry point all morning long. Okay, I'm jazzed about this. I've learned my lesson. Take profit when profit hits. Lesson number 1. Lesson number 2, read the signs. When it tells you to get out, get out. Boom, opened up, 1025. It was a super strong climb. It just took off from there. Absolutely fantastic. So I was actually able to get out just a little bit better. So that trade sucked. For me, that trade absolutely sucked because I hate being tied up for more than a couple days, a week with the trade, and that was 35 days. So what were the lessons on this? Number one, take profit when you have profit. Don't don't try to pick the top because you can't predict the top. That's why I got out on the 6th. I learned that lesson. Number two, read the signs. Okay, that was read the signs. Hey, take profit. I'm going to smack you in the side of your head. I'm going down. You better get your butt out because I'm going down. And sure enough, it did. The other one is trade good stocks. NVIDIA is one that's going to go up and down, but it's, over time it's going to go up. So I'm confident in knowing that it's going to go up. So just in case you're curious where NVIDIA is today, it is currently at 135.91. I didn't predict the top, but look at the very next day. So I got out on that last green candle. The day after, boom, on the 7th, it was straight back down. And as of Friday, it's 135.91. Yeah, I'm glad I got out. I learned my lesson on that one. So let's talk about a good trade. Let's talk about how you're actually supposed to do this. Before we get on to DJT, that trade, I want to let you know that the link to all of my trades that I've been doing for the past year and a half are below in the comments. So if you want to go back and analyze any of the trades I've done, by all means, have at it. You'll see the exact record of my entry, how much I put on it. Everything is there, even some notes. It is free. Just jump in, click that link. It is a Google Sheet. Go check it out. Also, the presentation, all these different slides that I've been showing you, the link to that is there as well. So by all means, check it out so you can actually see what went on. I hope you learned something from this, but you know what? Let's get into DJT. This one's kind of cool. Okay, so DJT. So first off, this is Friday. This is the day after the Carter funeral, the day of mourning. So the markets were closed on Thursday. I didn't trade on Wednesday because I had closed NVIDIA out on Monday. And so I don't want to say I was gun shy, but I was waiting for the right thing. So on Friday, and actually, to be honest with you, I thought the markets were closed on Wednesday when they were actually closed on Thursday. So I missed some stuff on Wednesday, but that's okay. I waited a day. And then on Friday, there wasn't a whole lot going on. But I did see DJT did look like it, there might be some movement in there. So we're going to jump into DJT and see what that does. So we figured we will watch it. Oops. Thought I was going on that. There we go. Okay. So in the morning, it actually had gone down, and actually everything on my watch list was down. So there really wasn't a lot going on. So it could have been a day that I decided not to trade, but I was like, you know what, let's just watch everything and watch what goes on. So this is exactly what happened with DJT. So DJT at the morning had dipped down, but then started to go back up again. The opening bell, it just took off and then went back down, but then it went back up. So you can see that spike. You look at the price difference, that's like 33.85 all the way up to almost 34.35. That is an incredible spread. That is an incredible jump. So it's like, okay, there's going to be some movement in DJT today, so we're going to keep an eye on it. So that was at 9:30. 9:45, so it went back down, as I love for it to do. I like to see that profit share. You can see that one candle when the market first opened turned out to be a doji with that super high wick and that really long tail. So there was a lot of profit taking in there. Really fast stuff. That's all the computer stuff right at the opening. So 9:45. So it's kind of going sideways. It's basically riding the 9 EMA. 10 o'clock, same thing. Just riding the 9 EMA. A lot, like I said, everything. There wasn't a lot going on, but I'm gonna keep watching it, see exactly what it does. Then boom, 10:20, it popped. It took off. You can see that base there, and then it broke the base and took off. Okay, patience. Do not just jump in and ride it. I don't chase. I don't like to chase because as soon as I chase, it drops back down. So not going to chase it. We're just going to see where it goes. I'm going to ride the momentum. Get your surfboard. So it went up a little bit more, and you can see it went all the way actually went to what, 35.20, almost 30, 35.30. So really, I mean, compared to where that first bump was, the first one was down in the 34s, but this one all the way up to 35.40. That's, that's another dollar there for a $35 stock. That's a lot. That's a big jump. So it went up and then it kind of based out again. See that doji at the top. So again, we're going to wait. We're going to wait for it to back down a little bit, catch its breath, and then maybe go back up again. So, hey, look, there's my favorite little thing. There's a high base. So that's what it started to do. It went up and it high based. A lot of people were just relaxing, take a breath, and it's all that energy starts to consolidate. Then it started testing the 9 EMA. So it dipped all the way back down, started testing 9 EMA, and see what I said. If I chased it, it would have gone right back down again. So then, boom, it still tested it, but that 9 EMA is still going up. You can see those tests all the way along, still testing it. And then, boom, at, what was that, 11:57, I jumped in just before 12. It looked like it was going to break. It had tested the 9 EMA a few times. I may have actually gotten in a little bit too early on this, 11:57. I really should have waited, but I didn't. But, got a decent entry. And, yep, see, 12:05. It went right back down. I should have waited a moment. But I got fortunate on that. It just turned around and it went right back up really quickly. It was moving pretty quick. And then, boom, 12:35, it was over. It was my 1%. That's all I wanted was my 1%. But you know what? I'm looking at those candles further back. I'm like, this has probably got a lot of strength, a lot of movement to it. So I'm above my 1%. Let's just going to see what it does. And sure enough, it kept going up. And then it started testing. It started testing at 9 EMA again. And you can see all the way up. It never really touched the 9 EMA until it got up until 115. And then boom, I got out. 125, I was out. It spiked. It went all the way up to 35.80, 35.82, I think is what the high was, 35.81. I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm out because I know exactly what's going to happen next. I need to get out. I need to take my profits, like the 3 lessons I told you before. So sure enough, look what happened. Boom, right back down. It actually closed on the day 35.31. So I took my profit. It was like 196 or something, 1.96%. So not too bad. I'm a happy trade. That's a happy trade for me. I thought that was a really good one. Patience. I waited. I didn't chase it, and I took my profit. Probably could have taken my profit a little bit sooner. I didn't. I was fortunate about that. But what stocks are going to do? What stocks are going to do? Not a whole lot you can do about it. So I hope you enjoyed this. More to come if you haven't liked and subscribed yet. I appreciate it. I'm also doing lives Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Not stock stuff. It's totally other stuff. So I don't want everybody to be bored with just stock stuff. I hope you all have a great trading week. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's other videos that I'm doing in this series, so check those out as well. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Trade safe, trade your own way, and stick to your plan as I'm trying to do. Have a great week.